Hi, welcome to our C2C World TV show. I'm Yvonne Jones, your host for today's informative Be the Bank show for investors. Be the Bank is sponsored by Edible Home Gardens Ranch, RV, and Tiny Homes Resorts Communities. Today on the show, we have two co-hosts, Robin Eddleman and Carla Arrigo. Did I say it right, Carla?
Oregano.
I didn't call you oregano today. Woo! But she's oregano. That's okay. We have a special guest this evening, Esther Jin. Esther Jin is a devout follower of Jesus Christ. She's a Korean descent, born and raised in China. At the age of 14, she came to America with her family. Esther holds an undergraduate degree in international business from San Jose State University and a master's degree in organized development from Pepperdine University. She is an entrepreneur, investor, and executive coach, and now currently serves as VP of lending at a private asset management company. She also serves as a volunteer police chaplain for her local police department, fire department, and hospital. Today, in our Be the Bank segment, both Esther and I will be chatting about how average people can leverage a type of alternative investment and strategies to provide a safe and stable income stream and a healthy return on investment. At the end, both Esther and I and all the ladies on the show here will have our information in the show notes so you can reach us at any time. And also, I just want to remind everybody that C2C World TV is specifically designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. And as mentioned earlier, today's Be the Bank show is sponsored by Edible Home Gardens Ranch and Army Resorts and Tiny Home Communities. We're going to have an awesome time with the ladies. We always do. And we love to talk. You know how ladies are. And we want to give a short shout out to Alignable, where we all met. Alignable, the platform where people can meet and find resources they align with. And that's how all of us originally met. And just to let you know, the interesting story about how the four of us met on Alignable was that Robin and Carla and I met in separate different groups and different chats. And Robin introduced me to Peter Calvin, founder of Kayonza. Then Peter referred Esther to me. Carla referred Esther to me. And I would say, Esther, you are one popular lady. You know, that's all I
Thank
gotta
you.
say. It's amazing. So, Carla, if you would kick off this segment by telling us that little God story about Esther, and in this segment, how you and expound upon how you felt impressed to call Esther for us to meet, and you really made it a big deal, like gotta call her. So, tell us a little bit how that happened and our Be the Bank program, and then after that, I would like Esther to tell us a little bit about herself and how she got into her financial Be the Bank programs in the first place. So, Carla, take it away.
Thank you very much. My name is Carla Arrigo, and I'm thankful and thank you for having me today. Yes, Esther and I have some great forces and connections. And when I met her on Alignable, I was just amazed at her presence and her spirit. And when we did get to meet, it's a challenge because we're all so busy, but she is just a phenomenal lady with my sister in Christ. And I love that because can't have enough sisters in Christ. That's all I got to say. But when we did meet, and I could not wait because it was just like, uh, it's my God story for you, and it's my God thing for me, because it was definitely a divine intervention that I would meet with her and be able to hear her story and edify her, uplift her, and just share her with the world. Because I've been blessed to meet a lot of people in my life, and I'm very thankful. She is just, she's a shining star. And what she's done for other people is just amazing. The God story she told me moved my heart, touched my soul. And it's just, I knew when I met her that it was going to be a wonderful friendship and relationship. And it was just like, I can't tell you how after I met her, the downloads, it kept coming going, you gotta call Esther, you gotta call Esther. And I'm like, okay. okay. I mean, not just once, not twice, to the point where it was just okay. And then I started driving her crazy because I go, I gotta talk to you, man. He's telling me to call you. I don't know why I'm supposed to call you, but I'm supposed to call you. I'm supposed to talk to you. We're supposed to meet. And then from there, it just got better and better. I love the work she does. I am so honored. I don't know how she can do all the things that she can do, but one of the things I did realize about women, we're amazing with what we can handle and how we get through it. Uh, so I'm honored to be here to just say, you gotta meet her, you gotta meet her. It's like, because that was my purpose, and I'm not done yet. I have a lot of other people that I would like to introduce her to, but I'm real selective about that because I got to get the word first. Then I just move forward. But I love what she does, and I love the fact that her God stories are just amazing and relatable. So yeah, I'm very honored to be here and in a panel of four ladies. And I got one for Robin too. It's a God story. We were in a group. I was in a group that she was in, and my mentors and guides in the early 2000s. She knows who they are, and I know them personally. And I worked at General Motors, and it's just
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's amazing.
Oren
Okay,
Woodward and Chris Brady, I think you're speaking about. Yes.
the other rascal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
As the Wild, yes.
I think every one of us should write a book. What do you think? I think we could really get the word out. So yeah, I thank you. I am just so honored to be here with you. And thank you, Esther. Man, it's hard chasing you down.
So Esther, how'd you feel? You got a call from Carla, and she said, what?
Oh,
She's
thank you. First of all, Carla, do you have more to say or should I jump in?
jump in.
There you go.
Jump in. No, it's your turn. Jump in. I mean, I was
All
just
right. Okay, so first of all, this is my very first interview or being on the show, my very first time being on a show, first time being interviewed on a podcast, and I've never done anything like this before. And I just want to, first of all, honor God for allowing me to be here, giving me good health, the space, the time, no kids, nothing else going on. I just need to be present here. And I thank you, ladies, for including me. You're amazing. Thank you for the warm introduction, Yvonne, and the amazing words that you gave me, Carla. You really thank you, appreciate that. And I'll do my best. So I will just share a little bit about myself. Let's keep it short. I like it short and sweet. So I am Korean, born and raised in China at the age of 14. I came to America with my family, lived in San Francisco, grew up there, and went to high school, college, undergraduate, graduate school here. And my background, I studied organizational development, which turned me into a change management consultant, executive coach. I myself am I'm an entrepreneur. So I started my own company when I wasn't still in college. I took 6 months off while still living in the dorms. And behind my parents' back, I did my company. Um, and they didn't know I took time off from school. And at one point, the company grew, and I said to myself, I better shut this down and go back to school because if my parents find out I'm living here, they're paying rent, I'm supposed to be in school. I'm not in school, I'm doing my business, they're gonna kill me. So that's the end of that. So I stopped that business and went on and ran two of my other companies. The past 10 years or so, I became a long-time real estate investor myself. My background is also in financial field as a financial advisor, also, executive coach. So now I serve as a VP of lending at a private asset management. That itself is another story. God called me to be here. After I left my previous work, I was at a pivotal point. I didn't know what I should be doing. Should I stay in finance, helping people in that way, minister to people financially, or should I go back to coaching? And, I literally found that every single door in other fields, all the applications that I sent into jobs, whether, they're sales jobs or financial jobs or entrepreneurial roles, got shut down. But this one application that I sent in got accepted, and the VP of operations, the big guy, and I really hit it off. We just went forward, went from there. And God sent me my first client to convince me this is where I need to be. And I still wasn't convinced. And he sent the second one, third one. Then I was convinced, okay, this is where I should be for now. This is my immediate assignment, but I don't see how I'm going to do God's work. And what do you know? Every potential client call that I'm on, I end up ministering to the client, in other ways and praying for people and I realized, okay, this is not stopping me from doing God's work. So I'll be here doing what he tells me to do until he tells me to move again. And this is why I'm here. And when I'm not with the kids, I'm a single mother of 3 young, beautiful kids. When I'm not with them and when I'm not working, I serve as a volunteer police chaplain. So what I do is when there's a death, whether it's, whatever the cause of the death is, wherever it is, the police department will give me a call. I will show up. I'll pray for the family. I will offer my shoulder for them to cry on. I'll help arrange for funerals or deliver death notifications. Just be a light for that day to make someone's life, the possible worst day of their life, a better one. That's what I'm here for. And, the reason why I'm doing this is because my son suffered brain injury when he was 7 months and God saved him. And he's a healthy boy. He's recovering nicely. This is the least I can do to serve my people, my community that God gave me. So, I'll talk about finance in a bit with Yvonne, but that's my story in short, in 5 minutes.
That's, it's an amazing story. I really appreciate you sharing the background. You as a single mom, and I was a single mom, and Carla, I think you were single. We know the struggles, right, of how what's involved in that and the burden of it and trying to pull everything together. And you're taking on all these other things as well. It's rough. I mean, I know working 2 jobs and going to school and doing different things, it was like really hard, and I commend you for all the things you're doing. I mean, how old are you? Or your children were, like I said, and we have it in the other show notes, but tell us your age of your children again, please.
The age of my children, I have a 12-year-old girl, 8-year-old girl, and a 6-year-old boy. The boy was, on his NICU bed in a coma when he was 7 months, suffering from brain injury of unknown cause and just seizures and whatnot. And now he's 6, and that's another miracle story that I can share another time. So
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in our next show coming up for God stories, right? That's going to be
yes.
one of our theme stories. On today's Be the Bank topics, we're just going to be discussing some of the financial aspects of that you operate and how you operate, how it works. I'll share a little bit about what I do and how it works and how you can get a fixed, steady stream of income. Now, I don't know exactly about all of yours. I know we had some conversations about it. It seemed like there was so much synergy between us on that. And then ours, is a little different because we're on the commercial end. If I remember correctly, I think you're on the residential end. Is that correct?
Pretty much, yeah. That's our main focus. Yes.
So if you could tell us a little bit about that, you were and how what the benefits are, how you can get into your programs, what's involved, and start wherever you want to start on that journey and what you're doing.
Okay, so I'll just start with this saying. So me being a former financial advisor, I've always advised my clients, to diversify your portfolio. So, and most of my clients, even including my own parents, they were all just in the stock market, the securities. They have mutual funds or government bonds, CDs, but money market, but that's all in the stock market. I've always told people you need to diversify, whether you need to have something in the stock market. You need to have your foot in the real estate market, whether as a direct owner or indirectly and have mortgage-backed, products as your part of your portfolio, or some precious metals, owning actual gold bars, silver bars. So you need to diversify. So with that said, and this is where we come in, as a private asset management, we offer our clients one type of investment only. So we go out there and buy real estate at a discount in multiple states. and we've been around for quite a few years. So what we do is we onboard private lenders, if you will, or slash investors, and people who have a need for monthly income or who just need to diversify or who just want to have something, safe to preserve their capital, and stay away from the stock market or, a little just a little shield. So what we do is we offer our clients a program that is short term. It's actually 18 months. So after the 18 months, you can cash out or you can start another term. So if I may proudly say, so far since inception, none of our clients have left us. They just kept renewing every 18 months because of how safe, how stable, and how well we are taking care of our clients. So with that said, if you park your money with us for the short term, you will receive a high yield return, which is 12%. So that's on a monthly basis that you're going to get paid into your checking or saving, or if you have a 401k or IRA. Our partner firm is a $4 billion firm that we partnered up with. They'll take care of your transfer or rollover. So it's not a taxable event. You don't have to worry about being taxed on that money. So you can also participate. So what happens is when you put your money with us for the 18 months, you're going to get paid monthly, for example. And I'm not using the number to give you an idea. This is how much you should put it. I'm just giving you a visual. So if you say you invest 100,000 with us for the 18 months, you're going to get paid $1,000 every single month for as long as you're with the program. And that's the monthly 12%. If some clients tell me, you know what, Esther, I really don't have a need for monthly income. I make good money for those business owners and, whatnot. That's fine. You can opt to get paid one lump sum payment at maturity. So every 18 months, you're going to get one payment, and that's at 13%. So there are many benefits about this program. So, we have a large cash reserve, very safe, and we never missed a payment. And, if anything happens, if we ever miss a payment, you are entitled to go after all of our title deeds, all the properties that we own, not just one property, but all of them. And we'll have to pay for your attorney fee to go after us. And we don't want that. So we rather be very safe and pay our clients on time, which we've always done. What's good also about this particular program is that, we have our $5 million more in cash reserve for the purposes of a redemption for anybody that wants to redeem. So we don't have to go and refinance or sell a property when someone is at the end of their term and wants to get their money back. But we are already approved by many mortgage companies for unlimited funding. And the reason why we want to onboard clients like, average Joes like you and me, or business owners or people, retirees that have some money savings, is because we don't mind paying the 12%, because with mortgage companies, we still end up paying 8 or 9%, and we don't mind paying a little bit more so that we can go out and offer those potential sellers, owners of the properties, cash deals. That way we give them incentive to sell their properties to us at a discount below market value and 10-day closing. And that's a win-win situation, win-win-win situation, 3 ways. So I'm not going to go into how we operate, and that's another story. If you're interested to know, at the end of the show, I'll leave my contact info, and we can connect on a one-to-one basis, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Yeah.
Okay, so because I was going to ask you about the properties and how you were getting them. That may be proprietary information. I don't know. But so the question I was thinking of when you were talking about that was, is it a group that buys these properties? Is there a certain segment that buys them and then you all come in? How many people is it an unlimited amount of people that can come in? Tell me a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Okay. Sure, no problem. It's not a secret. So we are a 30 people company, a private company. So what we do is our company buys those properties and we onboard our lenders. So the lenders, in a way, when you put your money with us, you're not getting a piece of the property or title to a piece of the property. You're simply getting the real estate notes, like private real estate notes, kind of like the public the private version of a REIT, real estate investment trust, but private version. So you're right. So basically you are just, can see it as if you put your money in a high yield CD.
Okay.
when you put your money in a high yield CD, you're gonna get paid, for whatever return that they offer you, 4 or 5 or 6%. So that's the same thing with us. Our company owns these properties, and you come in as an investor, you're gonna sign an agreement with us, loan agreement. So we're legally obligated to pay you whatever we promise to pay you. And then at the end of the term, you're legally entitled to get either your money out or continue another term and indefinitely. So right now we are a little bit north of 35 million, and our goal is to be $100 million company by 2028, which is very, very attainable. And we don't really know which way we're gonna go, whether we're gonna package up a few properties and sell them to a hedge fund or go public. So at this point, maybe the upper management knows, because I don't know. I don't think we know yet. But it's a very safe company. It's a very stable. I myself, I'm in it because I had to free up some money from my own real estate, and my own family, friends, church members. Many of them are in this program benefiting from the stable income. So it's good, and I'm really confident in what we do. And yeah, it's just
That's pretty amazing. That's
thank you.
exciting. And like you said, you have it set up and structured in a way so if somebody needs to get out, there's no issues with that. You were saying, correct? I mean, that's kind of like what you were indicating. So you have an 18-month time frame, but if somebody needed to get out and exit, you handle that. Is what you're trying to say. Did I misunderstand that, or is that accurate?
Well, the term is 18 months, so
Okay.
we don't really advertise it in
Oh,
writing or have like a, formal writing say if you want your money out before the term is up, you can do that. We don't want our clients to get in the habit of thinking that's okay. That's
oh,
why we don't put in there, but you know what, being a small company and being the
hmm
direct contact for my clients, when
hmm
there's an issue, life or death situation, someone
yeah,
needs the money, come talk to me. We'll work it out. We'll see what we can do. But I don't want to make everyone know, okay, you can just put your money here and we
yeah,
just used part of your money, bought a property, and now within 3 months you want it out. Like that creates trouble for us.
yes.
But yeah, yeah. So, and at the same time, being a very ethical person, I myself, if I say so, I mean, integrity is a big deal to me. I always tell my potential clients, and I actually have turned down clients. So someone that came to me with only 100,000 or $50,000 wanting to put that money with me for the 18 months, and I encourage them not to, because I tell them this is your rainy day funds, your emergency funds. Please
hmm
keep some liquid cash with you in case your car breaks down, God forbid you break a tooth, you need you need
Right.
money to pay for that. And I don't want you to scramble and not knowing where that money is going to come from, because your money is technically with us for 18 months legally. So please
Right.
don't give me every penny. I have turned down clients for that purpose, just to keep them protected and not give me every penny. I do sort and interview clients and make sure it's a good fit for them before I onboard
Exactly.
them. Yeah.
And that's excellent. So, what is the minimum that you typically like to see on an entry on your product?
So it used to be 25,000 when we first started, but now we're at a point where if 25,000, it just creates a lot of work for our operations team to
hmm
be a monthly payout. So now the minimum, bare minimum is 50,000 to start. At
hmm
that price, yeah, well, at that amount, you're not going to get the 12%. You're going to get the 10% if you want to get paid monthly, or 11% if you want to get just one lump sum payment every 18 months. Um,
Oh, okay.
that's
Say that
50,000
first,
is the
say
minimum.
that first part again, what you just said. If you get paid monthly, it's how much?
Oh, if you invest 50, between 50,000 to 100,000, between that, that's
Uh-huh.
10% monthly
Oh, okay.
or 11% one lump sum payment. Starting
Oh,
from 100,000 it's when you get the 12% monthly or
Uh-huh.
13% one lump sum payment. But there is no upper limit. So we have a lot of sophisticated investors with us, VCs, angel investors, real estate developers, real estate agents, real estate investors that put millions with us. And they just, yeah, many of them opt to get paid at maturities because they don't need that income. So they get the 13%. So, yeah, and there's no upper limit. We don't cap it. And there's no fees to invest with us. So if you're a cash client, say the money is going to come from your savings or checking or your brokerage account, yes, you can just put the money with us. We'll pay you. There's no fees with us. And if you have a 401k, you retire, left the company for whatever reason, old 401k or existing IRA, our partner firm, the $4 billion firm, they're the ones that are going to set up a self-directed IRA for you. So it's going to be a direct rollover or transfer, if you will. So it's not a taxable event. And the setup fee with them and the ongoing management fee for the clients, we cover that. We cover that for our clients. So there is no out-of-pocket for fees for our clients, whatnot. Yeah.
That's excellent. That's what we do
Nice.
too. We don't have any fees where it comes to, management fees at all, same principle,
Yeah.
right? And that's
Yeah.
all. I really like that because that's a big plus, you're not
Yeah.
running up a tab. And then the same thing with the stock market, it's volatile. It goes up and down. You have a fixed, just like what we have, a fixed rate. Ours is particularly starts out for the smaller investors because, like you said, you started out at 25K, right? And then it got a little cumbersome. So we have it too set up where with 25K used to be the minimum, but then we lowered it actually. So
Okay.
as long as they can afford the attorney contract to sign it up, because we don't pay upfront for their attorney contracts. But yes, if they can afford the attorney contract, which is usually typically 1,200 at the max, 1,500, depending how many hours is involved in the contract. But then the follow-up contracts are only $600 because we do a personalized contract program where each individual investor can come in and make anywhere from 7% up to 12%, depending on, like what you said, you have different programs, right? So we offer different programs as well. And then we have the 35% for the residual income for those who are doing the RV section for the RV, rollout that we're doing. And it's really awesome because now you're dealing with fixed income every single month. You don't have the volatility of the stock market or anything else. It's all fixed. And I don't think people can get a better deal than what you and I talk about in our programs, our Be the Bank programs and your Be the Bank programs. I think one of the interesting things about ours, and you made some good points about, having the money available for them if they need to cash out, but then making sure that they understand it is still a contract, So like with us, we have it set up where, they can have a contract for any amount of time, 12 months up to 30 years. That's their individual contract. We also have the programs where you can mix and match for each resort. So you're going to get, if you have someone that wants to come in for 7% and then do 35% for the build outs, then they can do both programs, a mix and match, and it's still going to be fixed every month based on those numbers. And also, they can also sell part of so if they've got 2 contracts on each property, if they mix and match, they can sell one of those contracts either back to the house or to another investor. And if they want to sell it for a profit, as long as it's a pre-approved investor that's not involved in any, shady stuff. That's what we want. That's our criteria, just to make sure that we've, checked out the investor. But I noticed that we're coming up on a hard break, and we've got like 7 minutes. So I just kind of wanted to wrap things up a little bit. And Robin, did you have anything that you wanted to add to the comments?
No, I just think it's amazing. Esther, thanks for sharing. Also, Yvonne and Carla, what a beautiful introduction and journey that brought you and Esther together, just kind of leaning in and in awe of everything. So, such great total lightness there, and into the light and just feeling the joy coming through in each and every one. So, thank you. It's been a joy to hear about everything and learn and grow together.
Appreciate
It's been
that.
so much fun. Thank you.
It is. And it's nice. My goal was always to get some more women involved in investing because the men, I know they have a different mindset, than us women. All right, Carla knows she got it. It's so true. I mean, I'm having conversations with other friends and investors who have investors that we're talking to, and it's amazing some of the things that how they present themselves and things that they say versus how us women communicate, right? And it's just a totally different world. And I really like the fact that women can relate differently and about investing. And I really hope that we can bring more women into the investment arena. It's lacking in women, and truthfully, women, you can take your 401k and convert it to a self-directed, or you can convert it to a whole life and start making money and not watch it dwindling. We've got a show where a woman lost, and she was an insurance broker. She became an insurance broker, that is. after she experienced losing all of her money in a 401k. And that's pretty sad when all of your money gets chewed up by the management fees, right?
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah.
really, really
Yeah.
important to know that as a woman, things that we wouldn't think about, how can you transfer? She could have transferred that money, but now she knows as an insurance broker, she could transfer that money. So the more we educate women and how to finance their, use their money financially, how their assets can be utilized, how they can do fixed and not have to really panic about it because it's still fixed. And they don't have to sit there and watch like this, watch everything go crazy. Because back at the end of 2025, we had like this, peaks, right? Peaks and valleys. And the only thing in 2025 in December that kept the stock market from totally crashing is they, quote, artificially lifted up and held up the stock market with the Palantir AI. And then as soon as the new year hit at the end, right at the end, they literally shorted Palantir. Boom, right? But they saved it so it looked, and they stretched it out so it looked like they were still making 12% that year. See how they play? It's a nice little trick game that they play. And so I want women to realize that they can take a grip and a hold of their financial dollars and make it work for them. And there's other women they can talk to on this panel who can help guide them and lead them into other strategies. Right, Carla? How do you think about that?
Oh, I'm all over it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Yeah. It's amazing. I'm just in a different industry. I'm in the crypto, I'm in the tokenization, but what you guys do is mirrored, only I'm moving people over into that side, and it's pretty much the same thing. I tokenize, and what you do is the same thing. It's an 18-year term. Okay. It can be fixed. Okay. You can get it at the end, or you can get it every month. So I am amazed at the power of us all coming together, because not only am I learning so much, but we need to help each other, educate people, just because you don't know what you don't know. And I've been around a long time, and I still, every single day of my life, am learning and growing. And I don't want that to ever stop, because I can't help anybody else if I stop. It's like I can't stop.
Well, we're down to our last minute of the show, and so usually we would go into how to get a hold of each one, but the information will be in the show notes. And I really want to thank each one of you for coming on and making the show what it is. Without each one of you, it wouldn't be what it is. And again, one last final note that I wanted to forget to say was on our product, you do get the person who comes in on the financing on the 7 to 12% range gets to be on the deed. So you have a security there. That was one of the things I wanted to mention. It's really important, I think, to give that added security to being on the deed. So, but with that, I just want to thank you all again for being here on this show. It went so fast. Didn't it go fast, ladies?
Yes, it did. What a beautiful blessing. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
Thank you guys. I love you all. And
thank
my
you so
love.
much.
Much love too
We'll
to
see you on the
everybody.
next show. We got God stories coming up, so we're all going to be on God stories.
Oh, come on, let's do it.
Woo-hoo! All
Thank you,
right.
ladies.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thank
Thank
Bye.
you.
you. Blessings. Bye for now.
God bless. God bless. God bless.